Vicky!
Vicky!
Victoria!
Vicky!
Vicky!
Friend!
Hey, everybody. We are officially live. And guess what? Victoria, a.k.a. Vicky, a.k.a. LV Pink Panther, a.k.a. my fiance, is missing in action. I think she's actually downstairs in her inventory. She still has to do her shipping, so she's out pulling her stuff. And oh, yeah, we're starting without you because I don't know if you guys saw our sourcing video that went up late last night. Sometimes we have to really get after Vicky to come on. Get in here. Come on. Anyway, we are live and we're a little bit cramped in here. Let us know that you can hear us, that you can see us. Check the pool. She was not in the pool. It is pretty warm, though. I think we might end up at the pool later today. Let's see. Quite a few of you here. We already have 17 people. Woohoo! And we've got Lorna here. Lorna, I forgot to change into my shirt.
You were supposed to change into shirts.
We have matching shirts, and I messed it up. But look, she has her Like a Boss t-shirt on. I am wearing Top Cat. I do have Top Cat on today. So
I'm the only one dressed normally.
That's true. She likes to be normal. Wah, wah, wah. Anyway, yeah, Vicky's hair looks vibrant. She just re-upped it sometime in this last week, so it's like extra. It's pretty awesome. Yep, pretty much. And we actually saw a lady in the store yesterday. It was like this old lady who had like this awesome pinkish purplish hair, and she actually helped me find my camera because I left it in my cart and I thought it was lost forever.
She was so proud of herself for like pulling out all the cards.
But it was basically a preview of what Vicky's going to look like in about 40 years.
Life goals.
Yeah. But she was adorable. And not only did she find my camera, but she then proceeded to high-five me. And she initiated the high-five. So she was kind of the coolest old lady ever. So I'm sure Vicky felt bad about elbowing all the seniors yesterday.
Well, she wasn't one of them.
So okay, she wasn't. That's true.
I didn't feel too bad.
Anyway, so today it is Boss Up and List. It is our our virtual listing party that we do. We did a 3-day event last week, and now we're going to be doing them every Wednesday. It all happens on the Boss Facebook group. We do a thread early in the morning, and everybody can go there and participate. And if you're not a member of the Boss Facebook group, please, please, please join the group. The link is down below in the description of this video. So go ahead and follow that link, request to join the group. We'll bring you in and you can participate in that every Wednesday, all day. You go on that thread and you set your goals for the day and you can check in. If you have any questions while you're listing, get stuck in an item, you can go in there and ask questions. So it's just a really great way to stay motivated and to get, hopefully power through some of the, maybe those difficult listings, those things, those items that you've been putting off because maybe you have some issues with them. So we're all here as a community to help each other get stuff done. And then of course we do a live show. We're going to be doing a live show every Wednesday for an hour for the Boss Up and List event. And so this week we have Lorna Thompson.
Hi.
She's kind of over here on the edge because we're all like cramped.
We're cramped in. We're very close right now.
It works pretty well for 2 people, but 3 people we gotta like get real tight. Luckily we like each other okay. But anyway, Lorna's here from Washington. She's on a big sourcing trip, and so far, how's it going?
Good. My feet hurt still. It was a long day yesterday.
10 hours.
I'm really proud of our
10 hours of
all of us sticking out and like not giving up after number 4 or number 5.
Well, like, number 6 was pretty lame, I have to say. It was toward the end of the day. It was senior day. It was one of the smaller stores. And it was pretty well wiped out, and we were pretty well wiped out. So.
And they were doing like spot cleaning, so like it was heavily like bleached or Lysoled or something. So it was like,
so I'm ready to be the crazy town savers. So you know, for those of you that may have been there, it's the Savers in Charleston. The smell of chemicals is probably much more welcome than what it normally smells like. So
yeah, I'm sure. I got to see some crazy in there and outside.
It's a little sketch.
Yeah. But we started at 10 a.m. and we didn't get done until 8 p.m. So we were going hard all day.
We stopped for half an hour for lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had tacos.
Yeah, they were
Taco Tuesday.
Because they're important.
They were really good. As my sister says, tacos are very important. So yeah, so we had a long day, but you got a lot done so far, and we're going to go out sourcing in tomorrow. We're not going to do a 10-hour marathon tomorrow, but we are going to do a little bit more sourcing. And then you were saying, like, after you get home, you're going to crunch all the numbers. And I think we'll do a video coming up in the future, really focusing on how you can affordably source outside of your area, doing sourcing on the road, traveling. And so she's going to share with us her numbers when she kind of figures it out, because I think it's been pretty successful. Like, you're probably coming back more often.
Yeah, probably like every 2 months. I mean, it definitely helps having friends here. You know, they're very hospitable and treat me. They don't beat me, you know, and I almost wanted to last night. It felt so good to lay outside. But it's nice to have, you know, we're all eBayers. My boyfriend hates thrifting, hates everything about it. So it's nice to have someone, 2 people, to do it together. And so much awesome stuff. Like,
yeah, totally.
It was really hard I'm a lot like Vicki. So 45 minutes in one store. But I do have a tip that I will share a little bit about that.
Okay.
I thought about that.
All right. But yeah, I think it's the biggest thing about traveling and being able to do it affordably. Like, this is where it really comes into play, like doing a lot of networking and getting to know each other, and coming to events like eBay Live, eBay Open. And the reason why eBay Open is beneficial, I mean, there's a million reasons. There's a bunch of different things you can get from it, but the networking is a big part of it. And things like building relationships and getting to know each other face to face. You know, we're having fun with each other online. And in these, you know, online social networks, and getting to know each other, but actually meet each other face to face, it kind of changes everything, and it brings you that much closer. And, you know, I met Lorna through a Facebook group, and we got to know each other that way. And then we really got to know each other super well at Open. And it's the same thing with Victoria. And so, and obviously you see how that's turned out.
Obviously.
And so, you know, being able to go and travel to somewhere else to get fresh sources, to get more inventory, it makes it a lot better when you have a friend there that you could stay with, and it really saves a lot of money that way, and it's just fun. And usually when you have people come into town to stay with you, it's like you're kind of stuck not working most of the time, because you have to entertain and everything.
Especially when you live in Vegas and you have visitors every other month that stay for a week and think that you're on vacation just because you live in a vacation city.
Yeah. And but with Lorna, it's like she comes here and it's like, yay, we get to hang out with our friend. But then at the same time, she's here to work. And
we're doing what we love together, which is awesome.
So like, we worked all day yesterday, but we're also having like a fun visit.
None of us went to bed after we got home. We came home and worked. We all separated our stuff. Well, Katie did, but me and Vicki did. And I went through piece by piece. It's all a mess downstairs. But and then I just started drafting and looking up items, and Vicki did the same thing. And I think we went to bed at like 1.
Like, we were pretty bad. What time did you get to sleep?
4.
How many hours did you sleep last night?
3.
How about you?
About 2.
Yeah, I think I was like really having a luxurious night of 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah, she got about 5 or 6.
Oh, yeah, 5. But even that's like not a lot when you were like going nonstop. And so, yeah, so we're working on a little sleep here. Mary Sullivan says that she's always wanted to go to eBay Open. She's just shy, and it's so many people. I get that. It does seem intimidating at first, but let me tell you, especially if you participate in this community, in like different Facebook groups, or like, you know, this community right here with the Boss Facebook group, the more you interact with people and get to know each other just virtually, you will find that when you meet us face to face, it is like an old friend. It's like, it doesn't feel like you're meeting a stranger. It feels like you are getting to see your old friend that you haven't seen in a long time, even though it's the first time. So I promise you that if you go, you might have all those fears and insecurities like going into it, but the second you're there and you're around people, it's all going to go away, and then you're going to be so glad that
you came. True. I mean, Katie came by herself last year. She had
I did the first year.
She had met Lorna briefly once, and she had never met anyone in person before. Last year was my second year, so I did know a lot of people going to Open. But my first year, I only knew one person, maybe 2, and you know, I didn't know anyone in person, and I have said before in other platforms that I'm not really a joiner, so I'm not one that used to be part of Facebook groups. I never would have gone to eBay Open before. Back when it was called eBay Live, they had it in Boston. I lived in Rhode Island. I could have gone. I knew tons of people. I've been selling forever. I didn't go. It was a 45-minute drive. I didn't go. I didn't care. But I'm so glad that I went that first year, meeting so many great people, and I loved it. So I won't miss it. It's a great event for a lot of reasons, but meeting people and being able to source outside of your comfort zone is a lot of fun too, but it's a vacation. It's a vacation with people you like. I know Teresa has done it before. Katie and I have driven, and I've done sourcing trips before where I just go away for a couple of days and source for 2 days straight in another place, whether it's California or Arizona or Utah. Obviously, there are thrift stores everywhere and places to source your items everywhere. And there are probably people that are doing just what I do in all of those places in every city too. But it's not me, you know, so I get to go look at all new stuff and it's fun. I always come back with a ton of stuff.
Yeah. And as far as open goes, you guys, if there's any of you that the only reason you are maybe not going to come is because you're you have social anxiety or you're worried about like not knowing anybody, listen, if you come, I promise you, and you let us know like that you're coming, we can arrange to meet at a certain time at registration so we can get a group of us together. So immediately you will have people that you know and you can stick with us as a group for the event. And that'll kind of help like right at first so that you're not nervous and stuff. Because I promise you, you really will find like once you're there, like all that stuff is just not really going to matter. It's going to kind of go away. And, you know, I'm a super outgoing person, but honestly, like I also have a little bit of social anxiety. I just am really good at faking it when I need to. But also forcing myself out there makes that go away more and more. And so it gets to where it's not so bad.
I think everybody has a little bit of anxiety about meeting new people, going to a new place, going somewhere you've never been. You're unfamiliar with the people, the event, where things are, you know, where do I find a registration? How do I get from my hotel to here? All of that stuff can be intimidating, especially if you're by yourself. And if you have a little bit of anxiety on top of it, it's just compounded. So, you know, there are an awful lot of people that sell online because of those types of reasons. A lot of people cannot and do not wish to function in a regular 9-to-5 environment, whether it be from physical limitations or, you know, emotional limitations. And it's a comfort to be able to work out of your house and hide behind a computer screen. I know that I'm one of those people. I prefer to do that. Haven't always done that, but now the very thought of working a 9-to-5 and working with a bunch of people and starting over fresh terrifies me. So I can understand that aspect. So one thing you got to realize that there was something that another woman that's a friend of mine that I met through eBay said to me last year when I met her in person. She's like, this is like introverts unite. You know, social introverts unite when you're together, and there's a lot of people that feel the same way. You kind of bring it out of in each other, you know, so you bring each other out of your shells. It's a good thing. So,
yeah. And Mary also says, I think since doing this type of work, I don't get out much. I totally hear you on that. I know Vicky will have like a couple days go by. She's like, I don't think I even went outside at all in the last 2 days. And she hates it. But so it's very easy to get isolated, especially, I mean, we have 2 of us here that are doing the same work. So we at least have each other, but it is a very isolating job. It can be when you're doing it by yourself, which is all the more reason why you should be getting involved in these kind of communities, seller communities, because we're all doing the same thing and we understand each other. And it's like, we get the stuff that we're going through, and it just makes it so much easier. And it's helpful to like stay motivated, especially with stuff like this listing. Like this is one of the hardest things to keep yourself motivated on. Yeah. And so being involved in like this whole Boss Up and List challenge that we do every week, and getting involved in the Boss Facebook group. We also, on the days when we're not doing the virtual listing party, I've been doing daily posts and threads, basically encouraging people to, at the very least, do 2 new listings, or do 2 listings, taking 2 of your oldest listings, ending them, doing sell similar and reworking those just to keep active, and also to really start developing that habit. You know, they say it like takes 21 days to like form a habit. That's actually not true. Scientists, smarty pants scientists, did a study, and they actually say it takes more like 66 days to actually, an average of 66 days to form a habit. So if you get yourself into that and you get involved in the community, you're going to stay motivated. You're going to get to know each other, and you're going to find that your sales go up. I've already been seeing a lot of people talk about how they've been listing more than they normally would because of the virtual listing party, because we've been doing these daily threads, and it's really getting people to do a little bit more than what they would normally do on their own. And now they're already seeing more sales because of it. So get up on it. Okay, so today we are going to give you a little sampling of some of the stuff that we found yesterday, do a little bonus haul. Vicki and I usually do our Sunday live hauls, and we're going to continue to do those. But since Lorna's here and we did a big sourcing day yesterday, we are going to do a little bonus haul. But first, I want to say we've got 38 people watching now. You guys, guess what? I am like, I don't even know the exact number, but I think I'm like 25 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers on my channel, which I think is so awesome. I can't even believe it. I've only been doing this. I think I started my channel like 6 or 7 months ago. I really didn't get super active. I was doing videos here and there in the wintertime when I was in the process of moving here from Oregon, but I didn't get like super hardcore into it until basically this last month that I've really been pushing. And I think my subscribers have like doubled in the last month, which is awesome.
More than double.
And I really, really appreciate you guys being a part of that and helping me. And so if you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do it now. You can just click on the little subscribe button right here. Let's get me to 1,000. And if you want to make sure that you are getting alerts when I put up new content, you actually have to click on, there's like a little bell icon right next to the subscribe button. If you click on that, then it'll make sure that you actually get notifications every time I either go live or I just post a new video. I know I always try to post it in all the different social media platforms, but sometimes I forget one, or maybe you just won't see it. So this way it'll actually send you an alert if you want to make sure that you see it. So please, I'm begging you, just hit subscribe, hit like, hit don't like if you don't like. Vicky loves it when I sing. She loves it.
every day a crazy t-shirt, and every day she sings to me.
Why talk your words when you can sing them out loud and make a little song? Because see, Lorna appreciates it.
I do. I told her I would pay her to send me a song every day.
Song a day?
A song a day.
Every day she makes me laugh.
Anybody know the band They Might Be Giants? The back of the 80s, they used to have this thing. It was called Dial a Song. And every single day, it was like this little answer machine. And every single day, they would write a new song. And it'd be like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. And you could just call their number. They were in New York. You would just call their phone number. And basically, you could listen to their song. It was Dial a Song. So,
oh my God.
Not that I'm anything like They Might Be Giants, because they are kind of amazing. But anyway, okay. So, let's go ahead. Arani, is it Arani? Hey, you won a prize last week, and I need you to contact me, Arani S. I need you to contact me because I need your mailing address because I need to send you your prize. Mm-hmm. So I know you're one of them. There was somebody else who needed to get back to me. I need to look that up. Anyway, okay, let's get going. So I only have a couple things that I'm going to share. I didn't have I got close. I didn't get a whole bunch of crazy stuff, but these two ladies found some really, really, really cool stuff. So why don't you start?
Vicky killed it. But so before I start, I really focus on lightweight and clothing because I am taking everything back in a suitcase and a duffel bag. So I kind of ignored the hard goods, which this one over here just killed it yesterday. I'm going to start with something Katie gave to me. She came up to me and she was like, do you have any interest? And I saw that it was leather, so I was like, yes. But it's this Dream Apparel biker's leather vest with all of these bike pins.
I don't sell women's stuff, so usually if I'm at the store and something jumps out at me, because this was over in the men's, I usually would give it to Vicky, but I gave Lorna first shot at this one since she's here sourcing.
So $8.99 with 20% off. I'll definitely list this at between $55, $60 for sure. Maybe a little bit more because of these pins. And what was the run called?
It's called the Laughlin River Run. It's just a bike run that's here in Laughlin, Nevada. It's about an hour outside of Las Vegas. Happens every year. I've been a few times. It's fun.
Super light. Going to be free ship. Easy. Mm-hmm. Easy.
So anybody that's like a biker and is involved in that community is probably going to know what those pins are, and mm-hmm. you might want to.
Yeah, and if you look it up online before the show I did, because I had never heard of it, there is a ton of stuff. Lots of T-shirts and mm-hmm. memorabilia and pins and.
Oh, Nanette Zupon says minimum wage song. Minimum wage. Hiya! See, I know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
So again, lightweight items and seasonal too. That biker vest right now, riding season in the Northwest is getting pretty big. But one thing that I love as well as Vicky is vintage Hawaiian dresses, and it's really hard to find them where I'm at on the peninsula in Sequim. I'm really lucky if I do find them there. So when I travel source, I always look for them, and this is just gorgeous. This is It's almost brand new, and it's vintage. It's super long, and it's just, I paid, so it was $5.99, 20% off. I mean, just a really, and you just sold one of these, an orange one.
I sold that same brand, but mine was small, so I sold it for like 35 or 40.
And mine is, oh, the tags are cut. Dang, I didn't read it.
That looks like it's about a medium.
Yeah, I'd say about a medium too, but just really pretty. And I'm gonna put this up for $60 as well. So super lightweight, free ship.
First of all, Victoria Smith is in his house. Victoria! I think I spent all last open yelling out her name from across white spaces. So she says she collects Harley pins and has hundreds of them, which is crazy.
Wow.
So just a really quick listing tip. When something doesn't have a size tag, what I do is I will go, like, let's say if I'm selling a particular brand of what you said has the brand on it.
Yeah.
I will go and look at the listings that are up for that exact brand, because sizing is different from brand to brand. And I will actually go and look at their listings, and hopefully they actually have measurements.
Yes.
I'm always shocked at how many people do not include measurements. It's nuts. But I'll go and look at a couple so I get an idea of, like, okay, so that measurement is generally this size. And then I'll put in my description, I'll say size tag, or in the little condition box, I'll say like size tag missing, but measures like an XL or measures like a medium or whatever. And so that's the way I do it.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. I got 4 of these, well, not all Hawaiian, but floral, long house coats, lounge coats. All of them are going to go in the range of between 30 and 40. Free ship, easy, really light. So here's my tip. So the 45 minutes, I had to like think to myself, because I love modest fashion, like, you know, really long skirts. You found a really cool modest dress yesterday. And so what I did was I looked down the skirt aisle and I just looked at the length. I didn't look at anything else that was short. Well, whatever. If there was like a really, because I did get some mini skirts.
Mama skirt.
I did get a couple mini skirts, but they were right next to all the long big skirts. So I only really looked at the long skirts because I had to, you know, 45 minutes is not a long time. So this was, I didn't know this brand. Vicki did. I saw it and I loved the back. And so it's a real long, nice jean. It does have a slit. I'm still going to use modest with I'll put with slit in the.
Well, they can't walk if it doesn't have a slit.
Yeah, but most modest listings don't have slits, and I've noticed
more of a full. It's more of a full denim skirt.
So she's going to have to say the brand for this.
It's Gerbeau. Gerbeau, you've heard about the jeans. It's usually jeans and big baggy shorts that you find. It's a brand that they still make this brand, but it's a pretty high-end brand, or it used to be more high-end than it is now. Now it's a little bit more affordable, but this is vintage 90s.
Yeah.
Gerbeau.
And I paid $10.99, 20% off. So, and I'm going to list this for like $60.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But with the modest
size and the whole 90s thing and long denim skirts, it's coming back. The whole grunge look, long denim skirts, it's all coming back. So I'm going to wear that with a rocker t-shirt and some chucks or combat looking boots, lace-up boots. Yeah.
And the whole like modest thing is very big in some like really conservative communities. A lot of like I know back in Oregon, there were specific churches where all the women wore like these long denim dresses. So in that case, does it matter about the brand? I mean, I'm sure like a good brand is going to make it worth more. Yeah. But if you find like a long denim skirt, like, does it even matter?
I on the weekly, if I could sell a Fashion Bug skirt for $35. Right. I mean, Fashion Bug isn't around anymore, and people certainly did like that brand as a plus size brand. So it is a little bit desirable, but when you find a long Fashion Bug denim skirt, you can sell it for $35, $40. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the brand really doesn't matter too much with the modest denim.
Lynn Hadziak says, what is modest? Just long skirts and dresses, keyword to use with that stuff?
Basic prints, muted colors, muted prints or solids, long sleeve, button up, nothing that's too revealing. That's really what it is, nothing that's too revealing. A lot of where we live, obviously, is a lot of Mormons. So some of the more conservative Mormons and different sects of that religion are going to and dress conservatively, as well as Jehovah's Witnesses and a lot of other you know, most people do it for religious reasons, at least these days around here.
And so modest is a good keyword.
Yeah, absolutely. Put modest in your title because people will be looking for that.
Yeah, long skirts, long blouses, dresses that happen to be like, you know, up to the neck or close to the neck, not showing a lot of skin. That's really all it is.
You want to hook us up with some finds?
Sure. All right.
I think Vicky might have been like Lorna got a ton of stuff. And I think you figured out that yours was going to average like maybe 40. Like you got some higher.
Yeah, well, when I went back and redid all my, I think I'm going to be about $35 average.
Yeah.
Which
I
isn't too bad.
didn't figure out what all my stuff is worth yet. I'll probably do that. But I purchased 77 items in 6 stores for a total of $417.96, which generally I spend about $200 a week max. And I turn that into $1,500 to $2,000 a week. So this is like 2 weeks worth of stuff for me. And
if you follow Lorna and me on Instagram, we both put up pictures of the totality of our haul yesterday.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
It's massive.
Yeah. So we so basically an average of $5.42 was spent, and I got some pretty high ticket items. So
yeah, she killed it yesterday.
Yeah, I think she found like the biggest high ticket numbers or high ticket.
Yeah.
Items.
Yeah. All right. So one of the things I picked up was this was in the bins actually. So not only did I pick this up for dirt cheap, but it was less than $1 because it weighs less than a pound. It's a Petunia pickle bottom diaper bag, and it's in really great shape. And it has the the changing pad inside it. It's really clean. There's no staining. But it was in the bins and nobody was paying attention to it because it's missing the strap. So it doesn't have the strap on it. So basically what I did, I paid less than $1 for this. I came home and I looked up replacement strap. I purchased the strap for $15 from PetuniaPickleBottom.com or whatever it was, their website directly. So for about $16 all in on this diaper bag, I'm going to list it and sell it for about $50 to $60.
It's nice bag. It's cute.
It's a nice one. It's cute. It's like a hobo purse. It's like a big purse. So it doesn't look like a big plasticky diaper bag, and it's a high-end diaper bag. So a lot of women like to carry this instead of something ugly. So
I just like to say pickle bottom, pickle bottom, pickle bottom.
It's the goofiest name, but I like it. So that was one thing for less than $1. If you watched our little video yesterday, you heard both Lorna and Katie calling me a thief. I do believe my integrity was questioned or called into question at least once about how I've scooped things out right from under people's noses. I don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, I sometimes buy books. I don't do it as frequently as Lorna. Lorna's really good about buying children's books and knows which children's books to go for. I just tend to go for ones that look old or they look big, like big volumes or several volume sets. So while we were both talking and chatting and looking at books, I grabbed a section of books. And what I grabbed were these vintage books from the early 70s made by a company called Island Publishing. They're children's books. It's basically books done by a Hawaiian company. And they're hardcover with the dust jackets. And there are several of them. And they're fairly rare. So I picked up 6 of them. 2 of them are going to sell for over $50 a piece, and the other ones are $25 to $30 a piece. And I paid less than $1 a piece for them. So some of them are pretty rare, and a couple of them that I picked up were actually illustrated by, oh crap, I forgot his name. Never mind, I didn't bring it up, that one up here. So I really can't tell you what his name was.
I can't remember his name either.
Guy something or other. He does a lot of collaborations on fishing and fish things, and he has a collaboration that he does with Rain Spooner, Guy something or other. Anyway, I can't think of his last name. If somebody remembers, let me know. But anyway, I didn't bring them all upstairs to show, but there's some pretty cool books. Obviously, when they're that old, you don't have anything to scan or anything to look up, so I just quickly did a scan of the cover and checked them on Amazon and realized that they're pretty rare and there's only a few of them. So I'm going to sell them individually.
And how much are you going to sell each one for?
3 or 4 of them are going to be $35 each. And then 2 of them are over $50.
Nice.
Going to do a little bit.
I told her one of them, I was like, I think you should put at least $89.99. Like,
yeah, I don't
for
think
sure.
that there's I don't think there are any comps right now, and then the last one sold for like $70, and there are none listed right now. And I think there's one on Abe Books, which is a good book reference site, by the way. If you can't find something on eBay as far as solds or on Amazon for solds or listed, Abe Books.
A long time ago, I used to buy school books from Abe Books.
So we're talking, right? And she's kind of moving, and this creepy guy was talking to her. Weird guy.
Weird.
But and so I kind of like move around a little bit, and she's kind of moving, and we stop talking, and she just looks down for a second. I was like, son of a. She grabbed him right away, and I was like, dang it. I was being polite. Next time, I'm just gonna elbow her like she does the old ladies.
Yeah, and yes, it is Guy. I believe it is Guy Harvey Cara. Thank you. And yes, I'm going to use medium mail. Yeah, I'll do free shipping medium mail, and it'll be like $3.84 or whatever, something like that. Do you have any more to talk about?
Oh, I'm saving them.
Okay, I will do 2 more. Okay, so this is a weird find, but as I've told people, I look everywhere. Okay, so this was in the like computer office equipment kind of stuff where they have like staplers and all that. This is basically, it's a drafting tool. It's for architects or drafters or even artists. It's a mechanical eraser. It's like just an eraser. It's a cordless mechanical eraser. It's made by a company called Stadler. And I paid, it was $12.99. I paid this minus 20%. It's been used. If it's been used, it was used to for someone to try it out. It is like minty. There's a tiny little rub missing. Yes, I licked it. There's a tiny rub missing from one of the eraser things. But in any case, this is going to sell for $70, $80, $90, somewhere around there. It's small enough that I can put this in its own box like this into a flat rate padded mailer because it does weigh over a pound, but.
Okay, so you've never seen one of these before. You've never even heard of this before.
No.
When you're in a thrift store and you're looking, what made that stand out to you and made you want to
look up everything that I've never seen before. Okay. Anything that looks interesting, because I've done this so many times where I picked up something for a couple of dollars. Someone had some kind of idea that it was worth something, or they wouldn't have put it at $12.99, but they never very good idea. So yeah, I don't know. I just looked it up. There's one for sale in some obscure office product site for $95 right now, and there are none of this particular model for sale right now at all. A couple of used ones have sold for upwards of $70. I would say this is practically new. So, yeah, so that was a cool buy.
Yep. Very cool.
And then
you have this over here too.
Yep, 2 more things. I'll just do this one, and then Lorna can do, and then
I can do some of my puny things.
Yeah. So this one is Disney Store exclusive. This is new in the box because it's all still wrapped up in styrofoamed and taped. I did take it apart to make sure it was in there and not broken, but it is it's just a light up. It's a fiber optic light up Tinkerbell tree topper. And this should sell for as high as $200. It was listed, I bought it for $20 minus 20% off, so $16 plus shipping. So this should sell for, close to $200. And again, I always look up Disney stuff, and some Disney stuff is a dime a dozen and it's completely worthless and they price it way too high, but some Disney stuff is worth a lot. So this is one of them.
Barbara Colson says that Stadler stuff is always a bolo for her. So I guess be on the lookout for just that brand in general.
I would not have known that. I buy drafting stuff no matter what. I've always antique drafting kits, especially the German ones. I love them, but I've never purchased anything made by that brand. So that was a new brand for me.
Cammie, yesterday it was the 30% off was for seniors. We were just talking about that. It was really busy because there were a lot of people taking advantage of that sale. We were not, because we're
not seniors.
We are barely 21. So
yeah, no, but no, none of us. Katie laughs at me because the senior discount in Vegas for a lot of things is 50/50. So I am only just over 7 years away from that, and she's
counting down the days.
A little further away.
Counting down the days.
She's like, so when do we get a discount? But
that's all I care about. I'm like,
Savers is 55. Even that is not a senior really,
but Lynn wants to know: is it Disney Store or the Disney Store?
It is Disney Store, not Disney.
It says the down here.
Well, no, but it's the old Disney Store tags.
Yeah, old Disney Store tags.
Yeah, it's a Disney Store exclusive, authentic, original. Yeah. So I don't know if it was catalog or actual in store, but.
Mary Sullivan says if you ever see the old staplers they sell, the best ones are called is it Pilot Ace? They have a round top and they sell for $40.
I have sold those before.
Yeah, always sell fast.
I have sold those before. I love old staplers.
I haven't seen those ones in the wild, but I've done really well with staplers between 25 and 35 bucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Christiane, am I saying your name right? I'm assuming it's Christiane because there's an E on the end of it. She says she enjoys whipping out her ID for her senior discount. I'm going to come hang out with you. You're going to hook me up. Let's see. Big Drift Thrift just found a LuLaRoe black sparkly Irma.
Ooh,
Irma.
Sparkly.
Learned it from the video last night.
Irma.
All right, so I guess it's my turn. I only have a couple of things, and I only have one thing that I'm like super excited about, but I'll show you a couple of things I found. Well, the first one is actually something that Victoria gave to me because she loves me and I guess felt sorry for me because she was stealing her stuff. But anyway, this is just a vintage NCAA.
My face.
Yep.
You know, she's just
Final Four t-shirt. It is from 1991. It is featuring the UNLV Runnin' Rebels. Now, this t-shirt, it's in great condition. I don't even think it was ever worn. It's not going to sell for $1 million. I wish it would. Maybe I'll get like $30, $40 for it. I just like this stuff. I like this vintage sports stuff. So I get excited about it. You know, it's fun to get excited about the smaller stuff too. So I was really happy to get this. She gave it to me. She found it, I think it was like in the wrong section or something like that. So she hooked me up and I was super stoked about that.
And the Final Four stuff is actually pretty collectible for UNLV stuff. We're inundated with UNLV stuff here, obviously. It's here in town, everywhere, everything. But the Final Four thing, I believe that only happened a couple of times. So this is if more than once, I'm not even sure. But every time I picked up Final Four stuff, it sells really fast because there's not that much of it.
Interesting. And I might, I say I'll sell it for 30 or 40, but I will list it for higher just to see, because you never know. This particular shirt, I don't see it listed anywhere. So there might be somebody out there who, when they see it, they're going to get really excited about it. Cami says, pays off letting her shop the longest. That's true. That's true. All right.
That was the last item too.
Yeah, and it was at the last store. And so I was already like in line and she came over and gave that to me.
Because I'm nice.
She is nice.
And I have way too many t-shirts.
Yeah, and I like the t-shirts, and she knew I'd get excited about it. All right. The next thing, this is kind of like a grouping of stuff. So obviously I like to find ridiculous cat t-shirts and wear them. The ones that I get, though, they're not like vintage or anything. They're not worth anything other than to amuse me. But when it comes to... and torture her. But when it comes to vintage t-shirts, I do pay attention to like a lot of the animal ones, and not all of them, but there's usually like some sort of rhyme or reason to why I grab certain ones. And they actually sell pretty well. Like I find that raccoon ones, I usually am able to sell those pretty well. Like even like for some reason they sell overseas. So apparently in Europe, they're really into raccoons. So I dig it. Like last week in the same day, I sold I sold like a t-shirt that had dolphins on it and then another t-shirt that had like orcas on it. So people love like the whales and stuff like that. So you just got to think like, okay, does a t-shirt look cool? Does it look like a fun shirt? And then also, is there somebody out there who might have a thing for this particular animal that they'll want to have a shirt? And so like
is it ugly? Because
but that's the thing. That's the thing. There's ugly, but it's a certain kind of ugly. And sometimes it's hard to like articulate why I pick certain shirts over another one. It's more of an instinct thing because some of them I'm like, it just doesn't look good, even though good is a ridiculous word to use because they're usually crazy shirts. But like this one is just again. There you go. This one is
it's an
otter. And it's a cute little otter, and he's hanging out. Apparently, he's hanging out in the tide pools because there's starfish next to him. But this is a vintage T-shirt, and there's somebody out there who's like really into otters and wants a vintage otter shirt. Now, these shirts, for the most part, I'm going to sell them for like maybe 25 bucks. So they're not going to go for a huge amount. But again, with T-shirts, you have a bunch of T-shirts, you do them all at once. They're super easy to photograph, super easy to measure, and then once you're listing, it's really easy. You just list one, and you sell similar, sell similar, sell similar. So you can list them very quickly. So in this case, like I usually go for higher prices on stuff, but with T-shirts, I'm happy to sell them for like $25, sometimes $30. So like I got this next one I got. This is a giant panda shirt from, I believe it's the San Diego Zoo. Again, this is a vintage shirt. But
that's cute.
It's got a really cool graphic on it.
Kind of cute.
Yeah,
it's like a panda stamp or something.
Yeah, it's just a cool looking graphic. It is vintage. It's a good color. And there's gonna be somebody who's like super into pandas and is gonna want this shirt.
I like this one.
I got this. This is a tank top. This is a vintage tank top of like late 90s. And this is just like the fish in Hawaii. And it's kind of cool because it's got like the names of the fish, and then it has like the Hawaiian names for them. Yes. Okay. So I do chest measurements and length. So I just do length, and then underarm to underarm is the only two measurements that I use. And then I use the Sizely website to show an actual template that shows the measurements on it. Makes it easy. Victoria Smith wants to know when you are going to feed the otters.
As soon as possible. We were supposed to try and do it this week, so maybe we can try tomorrow. If not, we're gonna have to do it when Lorna comes back. But I don't know if they're gonna be here that long. They're only here temporarily.
They're babies.
Yeah, I do. Here's the thing, though. I love the idea of petting otters and getting to feed them or whatever. I do. Morals and stuff. I do need to. I haven't done it yet. I do need to look up what this company is and find out what the deal is with them, because if there's anything shady about it, then somebody will talk about it. Because it's like, it does kind of bother me, the idea of like, I mean, they're just letting people come in and pet like, are they being, is it too much?
I know it's like,
it worries me. I love animals too much. They make me want to cry because they're so cute and I want to cuddle them, but I don't want them to be held in captivity so a bunch of gross people can touch them.
Speak for yourself. I'm not gross.
Not you, but there's all kinds of people. Come on. Anyway.
Yes, there's an aquarium here that has 4 baby otters, I think, at least 2, maybe 4 baby otters, and you can actually feed them and pet them.
Okay.
And lots of the other things.
Now, I have heard that otters are very similar to dogs, like their personalities.
They're supposed to be really smart.
Really, yeah, super smart. And so if they're being treated well and they like the attention they're getting, dogs love to be getting their scritches and pets and everything. So it's like, I need to do some more research. Okay, guys, my heart has to feel okay with it. And then we've got a viewer from Russia. Oh,
we have a couple in Australia and.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to say his name. Maxim Bilokrinitsky. Okay, anyway.
Sorry, we probably slaughtered. She probably slaughtered that.
I sell a lot of stuff to Russia. That's probably one of my top 5.
About that.
Yeah, it's probably because I think we were talking about how some of the shipping companies won't insure stuff going to Russia, and that's probably within my top 5 countries that I ship to, and I've never had a problem. So if you ever have an order if you do sell to Russia and you ever have an order, ShipSaver website, they are a good one to go to be able to purchase insurance if you want to. But whatever. Anyway, so this T-shirt right here, it's got a cool bat on the front of it. But what's really cool is you turn it around and it's got bats all over the place. What I like about this one though is it actually has. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I can't see the screen. Each bat has like the name for it. I'm assuming it's like, so this one says like big brown, lesser long nosed. I don't know why you have to give him a complex that he's lesser. Pallid. Free tail. So it's like, I guess it's like all these different types of bats, which I think is really cool. So there's probably somebody out there who's like got a thing for bats and they want a super nerdy bat T-shirt. So again,
one witch lady loves the bat. Of course she does. Look at their name.
See? Exactly. So I'm always thinking about like, okay, is there somebody out there is there a reason why this shirt would stand out to somebody who's into bats? So that's just my little thing. All right, Lorna, why don't we go to you?
All right. So we brought 3 more items up because I got 100 items.
Yeah, I only have 1.
Some though I'm going to be grouping together, so it'll actually end up being around 80 actual listings. But I did get 100 items minus 1 that I gave Katie because I had to give her. He like runs with his food. Anyways, it's go from Pocahontas. Okay, so.
Christiane says that she's not sure lesser is politically correct nowadays, so I apologize, lesser bat. You're going to have to let me know what you would like me to call you, because I care about you, lesser bat.
Okay. So I didn't have any luck with shoes, and I kind of was staying away from those as well because of weight, and I've seen people ask, more than a couple of people ask, how am I taking everything home? I do have to. Well, with the suggestion from Vicky, she told me to fly Southwest, which you get 2 50-pound bags for free each way. So I do have to worry about weight. I am going to be sending the books medium mail or parcel.
Maybe if you need to.
If I need to, home. And it won't cost too much because I am in Washington, and it'll cost, you know, like, I don't know, $13 or something. I don't know.
Somebody else mentioned that it's about Southwest too pretty bad. So
yeah, and that's I never flew Southwest before. I usually do like Alaskan Airlines, and so I will definitely be doing Southwest more often because I'll talk about that more in our numbers video. I'll talk about my airplane ticket and how much it costs and everything. I did spend a little bit on these. These are Toms, and they were $14.99, and I got them 20% off. They're lightweight, and they have a really cool like leather suede back. They're pretty clean. I can clean up the bottoms a little bit, but like the actual shoe is in really good shape.
Yeah.
But the reasoning I got them was I do not know how to pronounce this either. But it's like a collaboration design, Toms, and I'll show you the inside. And when I looked them up, they were selling used for 40 plus. So they're not the most desirable size. They're 8 wides, but they'll still sell for 40 plus. So I'll probably put them up for 45.
Go right.
And then free shipping. I know, and I know it's not like cute because I did spend a little money, but they'll look cool in my shop. They'll photo well. They're super light, easy to ship, and I don't think they'll last too long. So, and then so I do love books. Sold a book while I was here. I sold a book that was vintage for $40 about a little hippo that had like missing teeth, and for $40. So I did get some books, and I got these ones because they are Hallmark, and they are The Night Before Christmas, and they are the recordable ones where you record your voice while reading the story. Oh, whoa. It's going to play for you. Here, there you go. So these are going to sell for 30 plus a piece. I got 2. So cool. I paid $1, less than $1 for them with my 20% off. So $60 plus right here for 2 books. And they're not a little free ship. Well, yeah, medium.
They're pretty light.
They're pretty light. So medium mail. I actually did these 2 different ones for my niece and nephew a couple of years ago, and they loved it. So because I don't live near them, so they get to hear my voice at Christmas. So that's awesome. And then I'll show you my favorite score. This was one of the last things I got at, I think, the 2nd or 3rd store. I don't remember, but it was one of the first stores. And I love cycling jerseys, and I love this one. It is Vander Kitten.
Vander Kitten.
And when I looked up the comps to this, they sell between $80 to $100. So I paid $6.49 minus 20% off. I'll definitely put it about 80. There is a very small little snag in the back. That's why I'm going to put it about 80. I'll cut this off. And yeah, $80. Kitten. She loves it.
Vander Kitten.
Vander Kitten. So yeah, that's I got lots of stuff, guys. Lots of good stuff. But those are some of my favorites.
Yep.
I'm holding off on a lot of my stuff for our Sunday haul because I'm not going to probably source again this week. Maybe tomorrow a little bit with these guys. But I'm going to do one more thing. Like Katie, I'm not afraid to pay up sometimes for stuff that I think is going to sell for more, even at a thrift store. So basically what this is an anniversary clock. It's a brass and glass anniversary clock. It's an anniversary. It's called a mantle clock, a carriage clock when it's squared off like this.
It's called anniversary clock, like as opposed to a brand?
Yes. It's a style, an anniversary clock. And when it's squared off like this it's generally called, the style is also like a carriage clock. Anyway, it's a vintage brass anniversary clock made in West Germany. and it was $29.99. I didn't even look it up. I just grabbed it, and it was 30% off of that. I'm going to sell it for probably about $100.
I think it was 50% off because it was a
green green tag. I'm sorry, it was 50% off. Yeah, so I paid $15 for it.
Which means this had been sitting there for at least like a month because it was their half off.
And I always look at clocks. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I always look at clocks. I find I do very, very well with clocks. Vintage clocks, certain designer clocks. I've sold several clocks for upwards of $150 to $200. And usually at Savers, nobody knows anything about clocks. And this is the most I've ever paid for a clock, $15. And I've sold several for, $150, $200. So.
Like she even gets like those cuckoo clocks or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That are like, I would be scared to get them because there's all these parts in them. And
I paid $30 for one at a swap meet, 2-3 months ago, and I sold it for $275 plus shipping to Korea, Japan.
Yeah.
And then you got one when you guys came to visit me. You got one when we went out thrifting.
Yeah, little tiny cuckoo clock. I paid $2 for it. I sold it for $50.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she shipped all that. Yeah, she shipped all her stuff back.
I love clocks. I don't know why. I don't collect them myself. I don't even wear a watch for crying out loud. But yeah, I like them.
Somebody was asking about how many bags so she's got the 2 bags that are like, 50 pounds each is the most you can do?
Yeah. So I took the big, large suitcase, put in my carry-on, which I packed extremely light so I can shove some stuff in my carry-on as well. Because they have a washer and dryer, and we're not doing anything special. So
we don't feel fancy.
Yeah. I just packed tank tops, leggings, all the undies I needed, and that's it. And so I have a little room in my carry-on, the large backpack, and then I have a large duffel that I shoved around the carry-on so it wouldn't, shift around during the flight. So I got lots of room, and I think we can do it between the 3 of us, packing everything.
I'm a pro at packing 2 bags for Southwest because I go to camp as a camp counselor every July, and I pack the hell out of the biggest. I will get 49.5 pounds for both to go to Southwest because it's cheaper than shipping because I bring so much crap for those kids. And I ship boxes.
And then I also have to remember if I need a 3rd bag because we are going out tomorrow, it is $75 to take another bag home. If I find some really good $100 items tomorrow, I might consider biting the bullet.
Check 2 bags and still bring a big carry-on too. So I mean, she's gonna be fine.
Yeah. I'm good.
Definitely. All right, so we're getting down to the end here. So I'm just gonna show you my one item that I was super excited about that I showed both of these. If you saw the sourcing video from yesterday, I was showing it to them and their reactions without showing you guys. So let me show you what I got. This is a Cliff Engle vintage football sweater, and this one is the Denver Broncos. Now this is probably from the 80s. Now here's the thing: if you go look on eBay right now, you'll see a bunch of different Cliff Engle sweaters, and a lot of them are priced really low. It's kind of weird. I think people way underprice them. They will sell for a lot more. This exact same one, there were 2 of them listed. One was listed for $30. Buy it now, free shipping, and then there's another one that's like $40. Buy it now, but that they're doing is an auction. I bought the $30 one earlier today to get it off of there, and I'm like, I can sell it. This exact same one has sold in the last year for $200 and for $100 and like a couple for like around $80. People list up now. I get everybody has their own model. Some people want to move their stuff through more quickly and they'd rather just flip it really quick, and that's fine. I'd rather have like a really nice big inventory, and I don't mind stuff waiting a little bit longer to sell. I like the pace that I sell at. I feel like my numbers are good. I'm happy with them. And so I will sell stuff for a little bit higher. And this is where it comes into play, really making sure you have a very good quality listing, having the best pictures, best description, having good policies. I'll do free shipping, free returns. I will do all of my own international shipping. So anybody, anywhere can possibly buy it from me, and that's how I can put up a higher price than most other people. But you really have to have your listings in tip-top shape. But here, let me show you.
It feels new.
Yeah, I don't even
think shape.
It doesn't look like it's ever been laundered or even worn or anything like that. But this is the tag. I've sold a Bears one for $100. So yeah, so if you go and look at solds, just look up Cliff Angle sweaters and go solds and sort by highest to lowest. You'll see that some have sold for a lot, but you'll also see a lot of them are out there selling for way too little. So unless you are like desperate for money right now, have some faith in your listings and really work on getting very, very good at high quality listings. And if you can hold out for a higher price. Personally, I would rather make more money shipping out less packages. I don't want to have to ship 20 packages in a day. Unless it's a Monday, then I'm happy to do it. But like the most I've ever shipped out on a Monday, I think is like 35 packages. I can have like 18 packages going out and still have $1,000 weekend, all with used clothing. So I'm more of the mind I'd rather work smarter than work harder, and not have to hustle so hardcore. And then I get to go out and find treasures. I want to find treasures. I don't want to just buy a whole bunch of low price stuff. So anyway, that's what I got. Was it Tim A? Is it Tim A? Tim A 618 says list high, let it fly. Again, they're different selling models, so I don't have a problem with other people wanting to do it differently, but that's just the way it works for me. So we're down to the last couple of minutes. And hey, going back to the discussion we were having earlier about eBay Open, I seriously want as many of you as possible to try and go. I'm telling you, it will make a difference in your business. It really, really will. It'll help to really motivate you and get you super excited. If you're a new seller, it's going to really make you excited about this career. If you've been around for a while and maybe you're getting kind of like burnt out on it, it's a great way to recharge. And if you cannot, if you think you can't afford to go, right now, I don't know if you guys follow the eBay for Business Facebook page. Right now, they have a contest going on that they're actually giving out 2 different, these guys are giving each other's looks because they're going to enter the contest. But listen, there's a contest going on right now, and I want all you guys to try to enter. And basically what it is you have to do like a video or an interesting picture and use social media, either Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and you use the hashtag, was it send me to eBay Open. Send me to eBay Open. And they're going to have people judging this. Now, there's a lot that goes into it. You have to, it's got to be interesting, something unique, but it's also going to depend a lot on how many people are like retweeting or reposting your stuff. So there's going to be a big social media side of it. Whose is the most popular? I think that's like 20% of the
20% creativity, 20% the retweeting, liking, and then so it's basically broke down to 5 different parts. And if you go to the eBay for Business page and scroll down a little bit and find it, click on the rules. It's very short and sweet, and you'll see all the criteria what you're judging on, and you can see what the it's 1 ticket per person, and I believe
they're doing 2 of them.
2 tickets.
And so, but each person wins 1. 2 total, 2 different winners. But I'll actually put, it's not in there right now, but I'll put the link to the thing. I think the deadline is April 20th.
Oh, Canadians aren't eligible to win?
What?
That's a bummer.
One which lady, why do we hate the Canadians? I don't. Anyway, so I will put the link to that below. Go ahead. I mean, last year I applied to be for the eBay Shine Awards, which they haven't put out anything about that yet. But
nothing.
When I did that last year, I put in an application, I became a finalist, and so I got to go to eBay Open for free, and it was an awesome, awesome experience. Now that I know what it's like, of course I bought my ticket this year because I just knew I had to go to it. But if maybe you're short on cash, go ahead and try for this contest. And again, I'll put the link down below, and that would be super awesome. Again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button right there. Hit
and
that
click
subscribe.
on like the video.
Click on that's over here too. Click on the like button over here. If you don't like it, click on the thumbs down button over here and make me cry. But click on subscribe. And again, if you want to make sure that you get the notifications that when stuff goes up, make sure you click on the little, there's a little bell icon that's right next to the subscribe button. And that way you'll always get the little notifications that a new video has gone up or a live video has gone up in case you forget like when one's coming out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming and participating in the show. I hope that you are all in the Boss Facebook group. If you're not, go ahead and request it. I have that link down below, and you can participate in the Boss Up and List virtual listing party that we are doing now every single Wednesday, all day. You need to be in the Facebook group. We have a thread going right now that people are posting in. You post your goals, you check in. If you have questions, you do it in there. But it's all about making this like a fun challenge for each other, and to hold ourselves accountable and to each other for the goals that we set, and just get better at being in the habit of listing every single day. So thanks again, guys, for being here. Really appreciate it, and have an awesome, awesome, awesome week.
Bye.
Bye.